I want to focus on the word español. We are using letter ñ, español. If you cannot pronounce ñ correctly, you can say español, right? Which is not exactly sounding the same, but it is very similar, okay? Español, if you cannot pronounce ñ. Okay? Okay, now let me read one more time the Spanish alphabet so we practice and you get familiar with the right pronunciation, and I'll give you some examples on how we use the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay? Now before I give you some examples using each one of these letters, let me give you a little bit of information regarding this title. I wrote El Abecedario Español. Why? Because I believe this is the alphabet used for all the Spanish tongues. Okay, and why do I say all the Spanish tongues? Officially speaking, or technically speaking, the word Spanish is not one single language. Why? Spanish comes from Spain, the country Spain, or the Kingdom of Spain. Okay, the Kingdom of Spain has more than one official language. The main of which, the main language is Castilian Spanish, right? That's what we are learning, and that's what's spoken in most of Spain and in all Latin America, except Brazil, I guess. Okay? Good. So, we are learning Castilian Spanish. However, Catalan, which is spoken in some regions of Spain, is also Spanish. Okay? Basque language is also Spanish. Galician language, which is very similar to Portuguese, is also Spanish because it's an official tongue spoken in a region inside the Kingdom of Spain. Okay? So, technically speaking, Spanish is more than one tongue. So, we are learning Castilian Spanish. Okay? So, this distinction is important because some Spanish peoples who do not speak Castilian but speak Galician or Basque may find it a bit offensive if you say that only Castilian Spanish is Spanish. Okay. Now, word with A. Palabras con A. Palabras con A means words with A. Avión, which is airplane. Avión. Burro, for donkey. Casa, for house. Dedo, for finger. Encuentro, for meeting or gathering. Encuentro. Fábrica, for factory. Golf, for golf, of course. Hidrógeno, for hydrogen. You see how H is mute. Hidrógeno. India, for India, okay? Juego, for game. Juego means game. And I am not talking of game for hunting, but game for playing. Kilo, okay? With K, kilo. Can work for kilogram, kilogramo, or kilómetro, or whatever starts with kilo, okay? With L would be loco. Loco means crazy, crazy, loco. Lluvia, rain. Mamá, of course, okay? Mamá for mom. Or madre for mother. Niño. Niño for boy. Boy, okay? Niño. But niño also works for child. So child is the generic way for addressing either a boy or a girl, okay? Niño would also be child, generic. With ñ, the only word I come up with now is ñoño. Ñoño means silly, right? Silly or not very smart. Ñoño. Ombu. Ombu is a type of tree. Sorry, this is not the best way to learn. Ombu. Maybe let's try another word. Oscar is a name. Actually, all the words that I'm thinking of right now that start with the O sound have an H before, like hombro for shoulder starts with H, not with O. Horrible for horrible starts with H as well instead of O. So now I can't come up with a word that starts with O, sorry, except for given names like Oscar, okay? So in some Latin American countries you would pronounce Oscar, therefore it has a tilde, an accent. In some other countries, like Argentina, you say Oscar, therefore without a tilde. With P we have padre, padre there, for father. Que, for what. There are two words que in Spanish. With the accent, it means what. Without the accent, it means that, right? I said that blah 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 blah. Yo dije que blah 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 blah. Okay? So these are two different words. With R we have río for river. With S we have sartén. Sartén is the pan where we cook a steak, for example, okay? Tío for uncle. Tío. Universo. Universo for universe. Vaca for cow. Whiskey. Okay? Whiskey. It's a foreign word that is accepted in Spanish. Xylophone for xylophone. Okay? The musical instrument. Ting 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 ting. Okay? With Y, yo. Yo is the pronoun I. I go home. Yo voy a casa. With Z, of course, zebra, okay? But I was also thinking of zapato, for shoe. This is shoe, zapato. In Spain, they would pronounce it zapato, zapato. In Latin America, it would be zapato, zapato, okay? Good. Let's read the words one more time. And this time I will give you the article of each one of these nouns, okay? Because in Spanish we have masculine nouns and feminine nouns. And now I will give you a hint how to determine whether it is masculine or feminine. This is el avión, masculine. El burro, la casa, el dedo, el encuentro, la fábrica, el golf, el hidrógeno, la India, el juego, el kilo, el loco, la lluvia, la mamá, el niño, el ñoño. Oscar is a given name, so while we can put an article before a given name, right? Like the John, for example, it sounds very unsophisticated, okay? So you can do it, people do it, but in some environments it may be too unsophisticated to put an article before a given name, okay? Ñoño is an adjective. It's not a noun. Therefore, adjectives don't have articles, don't carry articles. However, adjectives in Spanish, when they refer to a masculine noun, they end with O. When they refer to a feminine noun, they end with A. So since this adjective is ending in O, I can see and assume that it's referring to a masculine person or thing, okay? Therefore I can put the masculine article el ñoño, the silly, okay? El padre, for the father. Que is an adverb, so we cannot put an article here. El río, for the river. La sartén. El tío. El universo. La vaca. El whisky. El xilofón. Yo is a pronoun, so that has no article. You don't say the I when talking about I, me, okay? La cebra and el zapato. Okay, as you may have inferred already, the nouns that end with an O are masculine in Spanish. Therefore, they carry the article el. The nouns that end with a letter A are feminine. Therefore, they carry the article la, feminine. La fábrica. Some Spanish nouns don't finish with A or don't finish with O, okay? Like the word avión for airplane. So, how can we identify whether it is masculine or feminine? In this case, the vowel that comes before the letter N is an O. And this indicates that it is a masculine noun. El avión for the airplane. It is masculine. The feminine would be with A at the end. So there are some nouns, okay, that we can switch from masculine to feminine, okay? For example, like the word for dog, perro, perra, okay? Perro for dog, perra with A for bitch, okay? So it's not the case with avión, because avión has no gender. You cannot have a male and a female plane, right? But for other nouns that can finish with on, right, and that can be switched to feminine, yes, you would add a letter A to convert it to feminine, okay? Letter A would switch to feminine, and on would be the masculine form, okay? So, word for golf, the golf, el golf, okay? It's an O, the last vowel it's got. Hidrógeno, masculine. La India ends with A, okay? Let's see another that can be a bit difficult to identify. El loco, those are easy because they end with O or A. Oscar is a name. As I mentioned before, names would not carry an article, although sometimes it is used, but it sounds very unsophisticated. Anyway, the rule is easy. If you want to put an article for a male given name, you would use the masculine article, and female article for a woman's given name. Okay? So, sartén. Here, la sartén is feminine. Yes? For the pan where we cook the steak, the flat one. Okay? La sartén, this one is a bit tricky, okay? So for me it's kind of intuitive, but it will not be for you. Maybe, because it's not a no, it's a feminine noun. However, I'm sure there will be many exceptions. So just some other examples like sartén, actually, once you learn more vocabulary, these will start getting a bit more intuitive. So